Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. Last couple of days I've been under the weather a little bit, nasal congestion, and in fact I noticed in some of the editing of my latest reviews that maybe that nasal voice was coming out. If so, I apologize. It could be irritating, but certainly it wasn't my intention. My intention, as usual, is to entertain and to inform and to obtain and to give as much fountain pen therapy as I can. So again, I'm continuing all these pens that are coming in one at a time, sometimes two at a time. My wife is questioning what is going on. I think Amazon's gonna open up a Amazon or any other delivery for that matter, including Canada Post, is going to open up an office in my home sometime very soon. But having said all of that, I'd like to review today with you and present to you this little gem here. I'm calling it a gem. It may actually end up being just a dud, but it's gone completely under the radar. At least I think it has. And it's the Jinhao 92 Guardian series is what I believe this one is. I've seen it also referred to as the Classic Stars series. So I'm not sure where and why, but we'll go through all of that in my review. I'm just hoping, that the writing sample for this pen is as elegant as what the pen looks like. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back and welcome. Here's the pen. Take a look at that little gem. In terms of what it looks like, and we'll go through all the what that engraving is and all the rest of it, but I think it's just a gorgeous looking pen. Yes, it is a metal pen, and I don't know, lately I've gone from having maybe only 2 or 3 in my collection because I just despised metal pens to having more than a dozen, all of which have given me plenty of fountain pen therapy, good writing experiences, especially from Hongdian. So you know what? I saw this and it immediately attracted, at least this color did. I think it comes in silver and a combination of silver black, but it really attracted my attention. So here it is. Now, let's just go through some of the features of this pen. First of all, there's the clip. It's a clip I haven't seen by the way, I'm not even sure I've introduced this. This is the Jinhao 92. I apologize, Jinhao 92. So it is a Jinhao. There's that clip that I don't believe I've ever seen on a Jinhao before, but I'm sure one of my viewers will correct me if I'm wrong. But it's got a nice shape. It's got some gold trimmings. The finial is kind of a recessed cavity there, just with the gold-plated trimmings. Very well made. There is a decorative ring there that's part of the barrel. And then there's this interesting engraving. At one point I thought it was the head of somebody, but no, it's a lion roaring on a mountain top. And it's referred to as the Guardian. So it's a Guardian series, although I must confess, I tried to look it up and try to see if there's any other pen that's part of this series, and I wasn't able to get any further information. But again, if somebody knows what this is all about, please leave your reply in the comments so that it can benefit other viewers. There it is. In terms of the inscription that we see here, it simply states Jinhao. It doesn't have the number either. It's just Jinhao. The pen is pretty, the same size here. It goes down to a finial with a nice decorative band there. The finial is just a flat top. It is a cartridge converter, so that doesn't unscrew. So that essentially is the outside of the pen. Now, if we go inside the pen, first of all, how many turns? 1. So 1 turn, and it exposes or gives us this number 5 size nib, which I'm hoping gives me some pleasure. It's a medium, so good. If not, I will immediately replace it with a stub. I've got plenty of Edison 1.4 steel stubs that I really, really enjoy, so I can replace that. I'm sure that that's can be replaced. At least in previous Jinhao pens, I've had no problem there. There it is. Unfortunately, there is this steel metal part there. It's not as slippery as I thought it would be. The pen is fairly comfortable, okay, as is. It does have a certain amount of weight, so it kind of sits there nicely, if you will, okay. But can it be posted? Yes, it can be. It can't be posted. It becomes fairly back-weighted, in my opinion, and completely unbalances the pen. But on the other hand, because it is heavy, it kind of pushes down on the paper, so it does create some stability there. And I've been told that with my hand tremor, heavy pens are good. So we're going to try that both with and without the posting in the writing sample. At least I hope I will remember to do so. What else can I point out? Yeah, there's a plastic feed there. Obviously, there is the nib. It is a cartridge converter. There you go, a nice Jinhao, branded converter. Yeah, there's a steel part there, so this is not going to be eyedroppable. Obviously, there's a nice O-ring to make sure that the pen does screw in nice and tightly. There you go. And that's the pen. I think it's elegant, very elegant, and I'm just hoping, I should say, that it writes as nicely as it looks. Now, just briefly, the weight of this pen. Okay, let me just calibrate my... There you go, it's 41 grams. I've seen it advertised as 42, but I can't get 42 out of this pen. Maybe because it was inked at 42, but it's not inked right now, and it's at 41. There you go. In terms of size comparison, I've chosen a few pens here. Let me just back up a little bit, just to kind of give you a sprinkle of different pens and where this pen situates itself in terms of size comparison. Well, there you have it. Whoops, it's out of the picture. Here we go. It's compared to one of my Jinhao Centennials. You see that it is smaller in girth and smaller in length as well. It rivals, at least in length, with my Momento Zero Leonardo. As you can see there, it's slightly shorter than my Canwright Heritage. It is probably the same size, although not as girthy as this Kegeloo 316A. And then here is my Majon P136. It is a little bit smaller than my P136. There you have a size comparison. Now we will be right back showing the same comparison capped and posted. Here are the same pens, this time posted. I should note that all the pens post except my P136. It doesn't post at all, so you can forget about that one. But in terms of the rest, you can see where it's situated. It is approximately the same size as my Canwright Heritage and my Leonardo Momento Zero, but is much smaller than my Jinhao Centennial and my Kegeloo 316A. There you have it. Be right back with Uncapped. Here are the same pens uncapped, if you will. And one of the most unfortunate things about this comparison is that all the other nibs are number 6 size nibs, except that one is a number 5. And when you look at it, that number 5 just doesn't belong there. Jinhao, come on, come on. You've done much better than this. Put a number 6 on this pen, and it takes on just completely different look. It's just unfortunate. I'm going to try to see if I can shove a number 6 in there. I doubt it, but one never knows. I certainly will try, because it would be just, I think, ideal, a number 6, and it would fit nicely in terms of size. But anyway, there you have the size comparison of these pens, all uncapped. So I will show on the screen just some basic dimensions and then proceed with the writing sample. Okay, so we're back for the writing sample. First of all, the ink. The ink I've chosen for this pen is the Leonardo Ficina Red Passion. Here is the bottle. Beautiful, beautiful bottle. This has got some great inks. So Leonardo's got some very, very nice inks. I'm hoping that this is it's a smooth, wet, fast-drying dark red. No real shading to speak of, but we'll see. Not much sheen or shimmer. But it does provide a very nice punchy red. So I'm hoping that it will do the same. But this, of course, was with my Lamy 1.5 nib, and here I'm reduced to a number 5 medium nib. In any event, we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. So, as to the journal, it's going to be, once again, my trusty Tomoyo River Sake TP 52 grams gridded Tomoyo River paper. And let me just get a page. Here we go. And that should, in my view, do the trick. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to try it posted and unposted. Let's begin the review with the pen posted. Oh, 1 second. It's giving me a hard time. Come on, focus. Let's go. Okay, here we go. So this is the Jinhao 92 Guardian series, and it's the red model. The nib is a Jinhao steel, gold toned, actually dual. No, it's a dual toned. Number 5 medium nib, and we will continue posted. The ink is Leonardo, and I can tell you right away that this pen posted is not comfortable at all. So there we go. Give it a try. Red Passion. Now, just let me put the my microphone as close as possible. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. The nib is performing fairly well. It's writing like I must say, it's writing like a fine and not really like a medium. Maybe I will loosen up those tines, maybe just to get it to gush a little more. But out of the box, no complaints here. Here's the, as you could see, fairly wet for a medium, which writes like a fine. You know, the feed and the nib keeps up really nicely, very constant. No complaints there. Here you go. Listen to the fast writing. See, there is a very pleasant feedback in my view. So the nib is, first of all, very smooth. With some nice feedback. It is wet, and it's most constant. So you know what? It's becoming, I would say, the exception that these Chinese companies now, be it Jinhao, Mahjong, Asvine, or even, not even, especially Ongdian, will give you a nib that's a dud or just doesn't work. I think the rule now is that these nibs right out of the box perform really, really nicely. So hurrah, hurrah, hurrah for these companies. And, it's a nice, enjoyable pen. It gives you that enjoyable writing experience. And I forget to mention the price. The price of this pen, $12, folks. $12. This, I think, would make a nice, student, beginner's pen. $12. $12. He gets you to experiment with the nibs and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, for a beginner, it's and even not for a beginner, for a collector like myself, this pen is doing very well. So that takes me to my rating. How do I rate this? Well, look, the design, I have not been able to figure out if this is a clone of any pen. So please, viewers, if you do know, or I suspect there may be a Mont Blanc that kind of looks like this pen, just because the style is one that I could see Mont Blanc, designing, but I haven't been able to certify that. So until somebody proves to me that it's an actual clone, I would say the design is nice. I don't like the number 5 size nib, so I'm going to give this a 8.9 on the design. Okay, and in terms of the build quality, well, you know what? The build quality is 9.8. I cannot find anything wrong with this pen. It is metal, but on the other hand, it's manufactured really nicely. I don't see any defects of any nature whatsoever. As to the nib, it is a medium that writes like a fine. I would give it a 9.2. Can be a little bit wetter, and I don't like the idea of when somebody calls these things medium and they don't write like a medium. But I guess it all depends, because if you're a Western medium is much larger than a Japanese medium, for example. But having said that, it's writing like a fine. That's the nib. In terms of value, folks, like I said, at $12 Canadian, I believe on one of the sites, it's pretty well on all the sites. You can find it, Etsy, AliExpress, even eBay, I think. It's about 12, and I've seen it as low as 8 and as high as 19. So 12 is probably the in-between. So in terms of 12, it's a 10 on 10 in terms of value. I mean, it's excellent. Now, is this a go-to pen? You know what? This, in its red tint, would be a great correction pen for me. So when I have to correct text on a PDF, for example, or on a Word document for my administrative assistant to make the corrections, this is a perfect pen for that. So there you have it. So there is my review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that I've perhaps found just another pen that could interest you at a very affordable price. It's Jinhao, you've done it again. Very nice. The Jinhao 92. Thank you very much. Please subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them down in the comment section. And I will see you very, very soon. Thank you.